Today, we will be taking a look at a former NBA superstar who ruined his career by bringing a loaded firearm into a locker room and threatening his teammates. Without further ado, let's jump right into it.
Passed on Kevin Garnett in 96, 12 passed on Kobe, 97, 8 passed on Tracy McGrady. Washington could not pass on Kwame Brown. Congratulations. Let's go back to Ernie.
It's 2001. The date is June 27th, on a Wednesday to be exact. First overall pick in the 2001 NBA draft was Kwame Brown. Other notables from that draft class were Pau Gasol, Tony Parker, Tyson Chandler, Joe Johnson, Zach Randolph, and Gerald Wallace. Now, a lot of teams had passed on players like Tracy McGrady, Amari Stoudemire, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, because they were coming straight out of high school. But this year, teams were willing to cave in, and they grabbed Kwame Brown as soon as they could. Number 1 pick, Wizards, Kwame Brown. But our story starts in the second round, the 31st pick of the second round, by the Golden State Warriors.
He draws Sergio McClain.
Beautiful screen by Lauren Woods.
Gilbert Arenas gets Arizona in front 3-0.
The Golden State Warriors would get by far the biggest steal in the NBA draft in 2001, selecting Gilbert Arenas, a good-sized combo guard with a smooth stroke, great lateral movement, incredible slasher, and great touch around the rim. Arenas was born in Tampa, Florida, but he was raised in San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles, where he played basketball at Ulysses S. Grant High School. His number 25 was later retired by his school. College-wise, Arenas played basketball at the University of Arizona. One of his teammates, Richard Jefferson, would later join him in entering the 2001 NBA draft. Arenas will wear the number 0 on his jersey to signify the number of minutes that experts predicted he would play coming from a small high school going to a college powerhouse in Arizona. Arenas started 30 games and averaged 10.9 points for the Warriors his rookie season. The Warriors would go on to finish last in the Western Conference. However, in his sophomore season, Gilbert Arenas received the NBA's Most Improved Player Award and was named the MVP of the rookie sophomore game during the NBA's All-Star Weekend. It was evident that Gilbert Arenas was a lot better than people had been giving him credit for. Once again, he did it at the college level, and he was now doing it at the NBA level. And after the 02-03 season, Gilbert Arenas became a restricted free agent, and teams were calling. He reportedly flipped a coin to decide among several teams seeking to sign him, including the Wizards, Warriors, and Clippers. The Washington Wizards offered him a 6-year, $60 million contract. The Warriors were unable to match this offer because they were over the salary cap and because Arenas was a second-round pick. If Arenas had been drafted in the first round, the salary cap had exceptions that would have allowed the Warriors to match the offer sheet. The Gilbert Arenas rule was later created to allow teams to re-sign restricted free agents who were not first-round picks. Arenas would continue to blossom, and in 2006, Wizards fan site WizNuts.com jokingly nicknamed him Agent Zero, a nickname that Arenas liked so much that it stuck. Arenas averaged 29 points, which ranked 4th among the scoring leaders, 2 steals, which ranked him 4th among steal leaders, and 6.1 assists during the 05-06 season. However, he was not initially chosen for the 06 All-Star game. He was named as a replacement after Indiana Pacers forward Jermaine O'Neal was injured. He also participated in the three-point shootout, where he placed second after Dirk Nowitzki. The Washington Wizards finished 42-40 and earned the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference. Arenas himself noted that he withdrew from the United States national team for the 2006 FIBA World Championship because he felt that assistant coaches Mike D'Antoni and Nate McMillan had determined the roster prior to tryouts. Afterward, he stated that he planned on averaging 50 points against their respective teams, the Phoenix Suns and Portland Trail Blazers. He succeeded at this goal, versus powerhouse Phoenix, scoring 54 points, including 21 of 37 from the field, shooting 50% from 3, while reportedly eyeing the direction of the Suns chairman, Jerry Colangelo. On June 9th, 2008, Arenas officially opted out of his final year of his contract, but he said that he would re-sign with the Wizards if they retained teammate Antoine Jamison, who was also a free agent. The Wizards did indeed sign Jamison to a contract, and sticking to his word, Gilbert Arenas would go on to sign a 6-year deal worth $124 million. Things were looking great. He was a budding superstar who had a chip on his shoulder, played hard, took pay cuts, fought for his teammates, spoke up for his organization, and kept his word. And the fans loved him. Hibachi was cooking it up. And then this happened.
The Wizards began the new year with the NBA's sixth worst record at 10-20. Now come reports from the New York Post and Yahoo Sports, both citing unidentified sources that say Wizards point guard Gilbert Arenas and teammate Javaris Crittenton allegedly drew guns on each other during a recent locker room argument over a gambling debt. The league, the team, and D.C. police already were investigating why Arenas brought guns into the Verizon Center last month.
On December 24th, 2009, it was reported that Arenas had admitted to storing unloaded firearms in his locker at Capital One Arena and had surrendered them to team security. In doing so, Arenas not only violated NBA rules against bringing firearms into an arena, but also violated DC ordinances as well. On January 1st, 2010, it was also reported that Arenas and teammate Javaris Crittenton had drawn guns on each other in the Wizards locker room during a Christmas Eve argument regarding gambling debts. The DC Metropolitan Police and the U.S. Attorney's Office began investigating. On January 14, 2010, Arenas was charged with carrying a pistol without a license. That was a violation of Washington's gun control laws. Arenas pleaded guilty on January 15th to felony of carrying an unlicensed pistol outside a home or business. On January 6, 2010, Arenas' 28th birthday, the NBA suspended him indefinitely until the investigation was complete. By nearly all accounts, the league felt compelled to act when Arenas' teammates surrounded him during pre-game introductions prior to the game with the Philadelphia 76ers and pretended to shoot them with guns made from his fingers. NBA Commissioner David Stern said in a statement that Arenas' behavior after the investigation started has led me to conclude that he is not currently fit to take the court in an NBA game. Gilbert Arenas would eventually return to the Wizards in the 2010-2011 season. After the first 24 games of the season, Arenas led the Wizards with an average of 17 points per game, but the team had one of the worst win-loss records in the league at 6-18. On December 8th, 2010, Arenas was traded to the Orlando Magic for Rashard Lewis. Unfortunately for Gilbert Arenas, the days of carrying the franchise on my back while averaging 30 a game were over. His role was reduced to a second-string point guard as he became the backup for primary point guard Jameer Nelson. That would only last a year or so, and after one more move to the Memphis Grizzlies, where on March 20th, 2012, his primary role was again a backup position, but this time behind Mike Conley Jr. Gilbert Arenas would finish his career with the Shanghai Sharks, where on November 19th, 2012, Arenas signed with the Chinese Basketball Association. In his first season of the CBA, Arenas averaged 20 points per game with 7 rebounds and 3 assists. He played in 14 games and started in 8 of them. However, the Sharks finished at 10-22 and missed the playoffs. Arenas would also go on to have a broadcasting career. Arenas hosted a daily sports show on Complex News' YouTube channel. He also has his own No Chill Productions podcast called the No Chill Podcast. I wanted to make this video because I think a lot of people forget just how deadly Gilbert Arenas was in the middle of his prime. Like right before the gun incident, he was averaging almost 30 a game on a winning team that was going to the playoffs. When you think about players like Antoine Jamison, Larry Hughes, I mean, in a different reality, who knows what Gilbert Arenas could have been. And in my opinion, he was definitely Hall of Fame talent. He just unfortunately made some bad decisions and then thought that those decisions were a joke and ended up costing him pretty much everything. You guys tell me what you guys think down below in the comments. As always, like, share, and subscribe. It's your boy Keegan. I'm gone. Please like, share, and subscribe.